Truth seekers, welcome back to my channel uncovering the startling truth regarding everyone's favorite royal couple Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Oh boy, here we go again ladies and gents, another piping hot take on trouble in paradise surrounding the British royal family. Buckle in, because it is about to be some more hot tea spilling. Now you're probably thinking, haven't we had enough of Harry and Meghan? Ladies and gentlemen, you thought this story could not be any more dramatic, but the universe intervened to let us know how wrong we were. But before we head into this revelation, I need a favor from you. If you have not already done so, then just hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We cannot wait to share the explosive content we have in store, and you will not want to miss a single bit. Well, are you ready for this? Harry is said to be about, with his infamous mane of ginger hair and all its non-ginge powers in tow. Harry could soon be realizing that things are not working out as the American dream he thought, and to remain only an appendage of Meghan does not make him happy. Let us pause on this royal drama for a moment and take it back to square one. So, remember when Harry and Meghan rode off into the sunset, giving up their royal status for a life of glitz and glam in La La Land? They were supposed to gain liberty, broadcast their truth and live happily after ever? Cut to a few years later and what looked like a fairy tale ending is seeming to crumble faster than you can say Archie's Playhouse. The Sun, whose man is claimed to sound unhappy in the tapes, reports Harry has hit a lot of anger and frustration with his life, no doubt fueling Meghan's gripes about it. Can you fathom it? The prince, who famously traded his royal duties for the land of opportunity, has discovered that perhaps, in America at least, he jumped from one burning building to another. More like a parched lawn in the middle of a California summer. And there's more to come. Looks like Harry is not just a little homesick. Word has it he might try and step out on his own, not trying to get back in the royal rat race. What could this signal? Let me decode this for you. Looks like Harry is coming to grips with the not-so-fairy-tale benefits of wanting to be Mr. Meghan Markle after all. A prince dearest to how much respect? A trophy husband? A Netflix sensation? The one that peddles his family melodrama for profit? Now for the real tea. There's a rumor going around, whispers if you will. Everywhere he looks it's divorce talk for Harry, and at this stage, who could blame him? Well, splitting up of course. I know what you're thinking, but they seemed so head over heels in love. Together, they were about to change the world. Okay, fine, be woke and the prince like real quick. Love is great, but it does not exactly keep a $14 million mansion overhead. Harry and Meghan have nailed their colors to the mast, but let's face it, things aren't looking great for two out-of-work royals with a grand vision. Their Spotify partnership? Poof, gone in a flash. The Katy Perry, Part of Me documentary series on Netflix, they are not going around the streaming world like a wildfire, let us say. As for changing the world, all they really did was change their address. So how does a prince act when he just found out he exchanged his crown with rope? And of course, the hot rumors are that he will do so, and in highly spectacular fashion. Imagine this, on the verge of snapping like a twig from being overshadowed by Meghan. If he signs those divorce papers, with a flourish even. Huzzah! He throws them right at Meghan. Can you picture the drama? It feels like a page from a soap opera, though on silkier sets with grander titles. And the climax? Harry is said to scream, "I will not be a racist marionette anymore." Oh, the things you would see at that Montecito estate. Meghan's screams would not have seemed surprising if we could hear them clear across the moat surrounding Buckingham Palace. Andy can already hear all of the Meghan stans that are about to come for me scanning this post. How could he do that to her? She gave up so much for him. But let's take a step back. Did she truly lose it all? Now, where I come from, it pretty much goes, Meghan C-list actress to Duchess. It cost her a royal title, but she achieved international fame and won the freedom to speak out for mercy, along with points like very nice living. But what about Harry? What does he have now? To what, from a beloved prince, a warrior hero, and the darling rogue royal, the man who bitches on global television about how hard his extremely privileged life is? The person selling his soul and family history for a quick buck. The reality, quite frankly folks, is Harry was a royal. Now what is he exactly after all of that gone? One more star in a city full of them. In Hollywood, yesterday's news is already in the rearview. Which would explain why Harry feels a little rudderless. Thousands of miles from his family, friends, everything he knows, and why. But to serve as Meghan's fashion accessory at glamorous Hollywood parties? Who the hell wants to be the girl who carries her purse while she wines and dines with high society? That's not to suggest, of course, if you remember her earlier songs, there isn't loads blaming Harry for this. We should not forget that this was all voluntarily started by him. From the tell-all interviews, to the Netflix specials and finally to that maligned book. He was literally at Meghan's arm, leaking more royal tea than anyone had in years. Maybe, just possibly, he has begun to realize what the aftermath of all these exposures is. 'Cause honestly, bridges have burned and relationships strained, all for what gain? Millions of dollars and bunch of headlines. Except, here's the actual twist, as Harry has been off experiencing his own version of a celebrity life in California, it seems like somehow the royal family is moving on without him. His father is now king. His brother is the next king, even the relatively B-list princesses, like Princess Eugenie, is to England or one of those small German kingdoms where most people don't even know their present-day royal names at all, somewhere, one imagines, not too far from Baden, are spying an increased workload. As for Harry, therapy sessions, polo playing and corporate speaking. Long way from the new start in life, he is said to have moved miles across ocean and English countryside to live. Why it makes sense for Harry to be feeling trapped. Not only has he alienated some of the royals, but his footprint is almost as small in America. In a weird, art imitates life twist, it feels like he's finally catching up to our feelings about him. He has succumbed to the trap of his own creation. And Meghan? If the rumors are correct, she may indeed be about to discover that far from it. Without Harry, what does this well set up favor her? She is now a non-working royal. She's not really acting right now and her podcast isn't doing too well, let's be real. In which case, if Harry is considering splitting from Meghan, then she might need to reassess her position, because without Harry's arm around her, isn't a has-been royal just some other international wallflower? But the twist comes in here. There are reports Harry is planning a surprise UK visit our Californian prince to return to England suddenly. Yes, he might be realizing the importance of making amends with his family that he bashed in public. Just think, if Harry is considering jacking it in with Meghan and strolling off, he's going to need a backup plan. What a great safety net to fall back on than the family he abandoned. While, yes, he said some pretty vile things about them, but family comes first, am I right? Besides, the royals have forgiven larger sins before. Take Camilla, for instance. However, it may not be an easy reconciliation. Harry has been more than just a nuisance, and no one in the royals can forgive, let alone forget about him. He hurt the relationships been so carefully cultivated between the monarchy and others. Secrets which were to stay hidden behind the traits of royalty have been exposed by him. Which means if Harry is thinking he can simply apologize over tea at Buckingham Palace and all will be forgiven, well, stay tuned. The royals forgive, but they do not forget. And of course, we cannot forget William. Harry would be dead by now, if only darts could talk. Before the situation, no one would have imagined that William and Harry were at such odds with each other, but, after it all, and probably also in future, I really doubt if ever William is going to welcome his brother back again as warmly. This brings us back to the Ginger Prince. If the rumors are true, trouble finding pay dirt. One the other, he has Meghan and this life in California which, if we are being honest, disappoints. On the flip side, there's his family in tie to the UK, a realm which he openly disowned. Harry looks to be playing a dangerous game and perhaps has unwittingly ensnared himself. While he has put real distance between himself and his family, Peanut isn't exactly thriving in this chic new life. Stuck between two worlds, and he is beginning to understand that perhaps neither will ever accept him. What lies ahead for Harry? Will he come a-knockin' on Meghan with divorce papers and leave in the night? Will he conduct a graceful back to the royals attempt, or will he try to carve out a new non-royalty life and not associated with Meghan Markle? We know one thing for sure, whatever Harry decides, it's going to be very extra because the Sussexes do not deal in subtlety. Everything they do is scrutinized, and it looks like the next chapter won't be any quieter than Somerset's latest one. So get ready, royal watchers, the Harry and Meghan saga may be coming to a head soon. And it won't go gentle into that good night, rather, whether emitting from their camp or not will surely make all kinds of noise when it takes its final bow. How would you feel if Harry were to behave in a similar way? If he is willing to disappointed Meghan or recommit to the royals, what will his fate be, stuck between two worlds that do not fully want him? Leave your thoughts in the comments section, and remember to like, subscribe and ring the bell for all things royal. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more spine-tingling stories and crazy revelations. Follow us on our Royal News Twitter account. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned with us for more interesting facts on the royal family. Goodbye for now.